Seeds of Wisdom RV and Economic Updates Wednesday morning, March 19, 25. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Good morning. Dinar recaps. FOMC meeting today. Will Powell's speech trigger a crypto rally or sell-off? Bitcoin dropped below $83,000 early Wednesday, while Ethereum, Solana, and XRP saw slight ups and downs. The market fear and greed index hit 23, showing traders are feeling cautious as the market stays uncertain. The current situation is keeping the crypto market on edge. As the Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, meeting nears its conclusion today, investors are closely watching the Federal Reserve's decision on interest rates, as any shift in policy could send ripples through the market. While most analysts expect rates to remain between 4.25% and 4.5%, the Fed's outlook for future cuts is the real wildcard. No rate cuts yet, but hints matter. Fed Chair Jerome Powell has repeatedly stressed caution, pointing to inflation and economic uncertainty as reasons to hold rates steady. Current expectations suggest that meaningful rate cuts might not come until mid-2025. However, Powell's post-meeting statements could shape investor sentiment. If he hints at easing sooner than expected, risk assets like Bitcoin and altcoins could see a surge. On the other hand, a continued hawkish stance may add selling pressure to the market. However, as per QCP Capital's latest report, they don't expect a surprise rate cut from the Fed but warn that any dovish hint from Powell could drive markets higher. Investors are shifting money away from Bitcoin and Nasdaq stocks and into European and Chinese markets, signaling a possible change in capital flows. The market's reaction after the FOMC meeting could determine the next big move for risk assets. Bitcoin in a tight spot. Bitcoin has been fluctuating around $85,000, with traders preparing for potential turbulence. Higher interest rates generally favor traditional investments like bonds and savings accounts, pulling capital away from speculative assets such as crypto. If the Fed sticks to its high-rate policy, liquidity may tighten further, which could lead to a market downturn. Can altcoins benefit from rate cut signals? Despite concerns, a shift in Fed policy could spark optimism. The U.S. Consumer Price Index, CPI, has declined from 3.1% to 2.8%, indicating some progress on inflation. If Powell acknowledges this trend and suggests that rate cuts are coming soon, risk appetite could increase, benefiting altcoins in particular. The next 24 hours are crucial. If the Fed doubles down on its hawkish stance, crypto markets may face further losses. However, if there's a signal of rate cuts in the near future, the market could rally. Investors are watching Powell's every word, as his tone will dictate the next big move in crypto. BRICS. New country plans to reduce 25% of trade without US dollar. The number of countries apart from BRICS that are planning to ditch the US dollar for trade and commerce is increasing alarmingly. Developing countries worldwide are looking to use local currencies and sideline the greenback for cross-border transactions. This adds pressure on the USD as it could lose out on the supply and demand mechanism in the currency markets. If more nations end reliance on the currency, the cost of daily essentials could skyrocket in the homeland. The USD stands at the crosshairs of a global change that could dim its lights and send it towards the path of decline. BRICS. Venezuela says 25% of trade can be conducted without the US dollar. Venezuelan Foreign Minister Iván Gil said that 25% of trade can be conducted without depending on the US dollar. He cited that local currencies can be used for trade among like-minded nations to boost their overall economies. He spoke highly of the BRICS alliance, saying that the bloc ushered the world into a new financial era. At least 25% of global trade operations can be conducted without being tied to the dollar, which will be a significant step towards greater financial independence of countries subject to sanctions, said Gil. He noted that the development became possible with BRICS as the rise of a multipolar world brought changes in trade settlements. However, despite attempts to join BRICS, Venezuela was denied entry into the bloc. The upcoming summit in July could decide its fate as Brazil chairs the discussions. In conclusion, one thing is clear: BRICS is providing confidence to developing countries to ditch the US dollar. Emerging economies find the de-dollarization ideals daring and lucrative that can change the global financial order. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon.
Source: Dinar Recaps.